Well, hello everybody. Welcome to P.B.M. Money. Today I want to talk about one of the things that has really been irritating me, and it looks like it's going to happen, and I don't know what to do or how to stop it. So one of the things that I have learned from watching different finance shows on the internet is investment properties are looked at and viewed differently in different parts of the country. As an example, on the East Coast and the West Coast, rental property is looked at and purchased for appreciation. In the Midwest and the South, rental property is used for cash flow. So, now having said that, there are pockets where it's different, and there are some states that are different, but for the most part, that's the rule. Now, let me explain to you why that is a bad thing. If you live, as an example, in California, which, by the way, is a blue state, if you didn't know that. If you live in a state such as California and you buy rental property, it's not expected to cash flow. It's nice if it does, but all they do is raise the rent. So you have a never-ending flow of investors chasing properties for appreciation and then raising the rents, and then the people paying higher rents, which encourages more development, which encourages higher rents. So the only way money is made in the blue states is, as a general rule, by appreciation. And then the investors in those states, to pull cash out for reinvestment, they do a cash out refi, take that cash and redo it. Now, is it doable? Yes. Here's the downside. There's a never-ending flow of rents raising and properties raising and taxes raising. The only people that are making money in those situations are people that already have money, or people that can afford to hold on to a property for a couple of years before it starts to turn positive in cash flow. Now, in the Midwest and the South, rental property is used for cash flow. A $50,000 rental house now is the same as a rental house $50,000 10 years ago. They're basically the same house. What investors in those states do is they will go in, they will buy a $40,000 house, use it up for 5 or 6 years. By use it up, I mean accelerated depreciation. And then just before they've used it all up, they go in there, they make some repairs, and depending on how bad it's been used, the ones I try to buy are the ones that have been semi-rehabbed. New plumbing, new windows, new roof, old carpet, old paint, new furnace, new water heater. The bones are solid, but all the amenities are gone. So I will go in there and I will pay $50,000. And if I'm a normal investor, I'll use it up, do the same thing, and then try to sell it for $50,000 or $55,000. So that way the investor makes a little bit on the end, a whole lot in the middle. Not worried about appreciation. Now, the good part about that is the market is pretty stable under those conditions. $850 will get you the same thing today as it did 5 years ago. The landlords are getting in at roughly the same price, with roughly the same house, with roughly the same cash flow. Now, the bad news with that is there's very little appreciation. But if you play the game right, you make all of your money in 5 years in cash, and if you do it properly in a 5-year period of time, you can get 5 to 10 properties up and running and generating cash, staggering. That way you've always got cash flow coming in, and you're flipping one going on the way out. This is work tried and true. Where is it the easiest place to make? If you wanted to invest your money and be a millionaire as quickly as possible, where is the quickest place you could do it? The Midwest and the South. Because you can not only take your cash flow or take your property and make decent cash flow, but you can take your cash flow and put into other asset classes or buy more real estate and still be able to pull a little bit out when you're out going on your way out the door. So you figure if you've got 5 houses after 5 years and you're making $500 a month cash flow on each one of them, you're making $2,500 a month. So every 5 years, you add 5 more. In 10 years, you're making 10 grand a month. All right? That's a lot easier. Now, I explain this difference because this last house that we bought, we went to make an offer, and my realtor calls me and says, hey, we're not going to get to, it was on a Friday, we're not going to get to look at this until Monday. The owner is on his way back from California. And I said, California, what's he doing out there? He said, well, he lives out there. I said, well, if he lives in California, why does he have rental property in Illinois? And my realtor says, for all the states where there's no cash flow, they're putting syndicates together, collecting cash from big money investors. Then they're coming to the Midwest, buying up all our cash flow properties, and then sitting on them and then selling them, raising our prices. Now, that's a great solution for them. But if people in my state don't figure that out, we're going to end up just like California. That means the people that live in Illinois are going to be screwed on both ends. Your rents will continually be going up. The price of real estate will continually be going up. Did you know that a $1 million, I've seen pictures of $1 million house around San Francisco? I wouldn't let my dog live in those. And that's $1 million house. That is coming to a state near you if we don't stop this. And on top of that, they're taking our cash from our people and taking it to California to provide for their living expenses in a blue state. Now, granted, my state is a blue state, but we have not had that problem yet. Now, the day before I heard that from my realtor, it also made the news that the state that I live in, Illinois, now has the largest total tax weight of any state in the union, and that includes California and New York. Think about that. We got people fleeing this state faster than California. We get houses that for right now are cash flowing for investors, but conglomerate investor groups are coming here and buying up all the rental property and using it up, taking our cash out to California and leaving us here with less cash, less people, higher house prices, and higher taxes. We can't allow that to happen. We've got to stop that, and I don't know how. I never bought with that mentality. I did the first time around. This time, my policy is buy and hold. I'm buying for the long term, investing for the long term, for cash flow and appreciation. And if they don't appreciate, they don't appreciate. But the first little house I bought, I put brand new carpet, brand new padding, new fixtures, and new paint. And it had already been rehabbed. It had new roof, new windows, new heating, air conditioning, and I'm saving money for that house right now because I want to put in new kitchen cabinets. My intention is not to use it up and throw it away. My intention is to buy it at a reasonable market price, reinvest the cash in the properties to fix it up to look nice, to appreciate nicely, and raise the rents fairly. That's my goal. But these conglomerates are trying to California my Illinois, and I don't appreciate it. Go back to the kitty litter mess that you made out in California and deal with it out there. Don't bring your kitty litter mess to Illinois and start spreading that crap all around here. That's all I wanted to say. You guys have a great day, a great week, and don't California my Illinois.